Yo, 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 and welcome to another episode of Roy's Podcast. I'm Roy Spencer.
And I'm Johnny Rodriguez, and this is Roy's podcast. So today, Roy, we got a very special guest, as you guys can see.
Oh, yeah.
He's Dan, the Lost Boy. How do you pronounce your last name?
Koziolik. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one with the Z in there.
Koziolek.
What a name.
Sounds very Italian. But
Yeah.
this man is actually very Canadian.
Let's go. Yeah, repping from London, Ontario, Canada.
Let's go.
Hell yeah, dude. Just to get into it, just tell us a little bit about yourself, or our audience, the project you're working on, because you're a musician as well, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you kind of like a 1-2 breakdown of who I am and what I do. So go by Dan the Lost Boy, as I said, from London, Ontario, Canada, and I've kind of coined the position of NFT rapper and entrepreneur. So I'm working on my project, Space Monkey Fight Club, which is the Genesis launch from my company, Project LB52. And we're doing the first ever custom made for you song NFT with a unique avatar. So you grab a Space Monkey and you can get a custom, like a full on custom song made down to the bones, and you get commercial usage. So pretty unique, and just really excited to be in the Web3 space and being able to integrate that in with my music.
So, Dan, I want to dive in. I heard you mentioned like the custom part of the NFTs. What would you say about that, and like what that process is like? How is that custom?
Yeah, for sure. So once you purchase a Space Monkey off of OpenSea, it actually contains some unlockable content that only the purchaser and the token owner can see. So once you grab it and you go into that unlockable content, we've got a really comprehensive intake form that just grabs all of the information from that customer about what they want this song to be, whether it's about someone, something. They choose a beat off of our website, projectlb52.com, and we basically take all of that information, again, very thorough and comprehensive, and we use that to build out this custom song. Sometimes it's a theme song, could be a song about a special person in someone's life, but we just build out that song to the T, to that intake form, and then once it's done, we deliver it minted as an NFT to the same wallet holding that corresponding Space Monkey. So you actually get 2 NFTs for the price of one.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and it's really cool because you get commercial usage of the entire kind of package, the art and the music. So you can kind of use your Space Monkey to start a brand, to do some cool things if you wanted to, but also you get to use that custom song in all your marketing material or however you like.
Nice.
I
And
love
just
that.
to be clear, you're talking like you guys make the song and then they get it back after that.
Absolutely, yeah. So me as the rapper, I create the songwriting side of it. We use that instrumental that we've sourced from Hita Beats, who's a local from here in London. And using those two things, I build that song out in a professional studio here in the city. And then once it's all said and done, again, it's minted as an NFT and delivered to that customer.
In terms of like the song, would you be able to make a theme song for like Roy's podcast, for example?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that's honestly one of our specialties. Kind of how I started was creating some theme songs and adding value to NFT communities that were already out there. So my kind of really strong suit is theme songs and creating, again, marketing material that really describes a show or a content or a person or a brand and lets them use that for their marketing material. So yes, I could absolutely do that.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
man. That's dope. I know that you had previously mentioned when we were talking before the podcast and whatnot, or like, over email, that, you were working somewhere and then you just decided that you wanted to chase your dream, your passion. What was kind of the catalyst for that?
Great question. And, my partner, Matt McKeever, on this project was a part of that catalyst and just helping me see the opportunity within NFTs and how that could integrate back in with my music that I'd been working on for, 10 years. I've been a musician and an artist all my life. So to be able to kind of structure that into something that allowed me to leverage that NFT technology and be able to, make a better living as an artist than maybe I ever had. So basically the catalyst was just this project and being
Right.
on the precipice of understanding, we're early. Let's do this. This is a first of its kind. Let's really dive in and dedicate all our time to it. So I made the choice about 6 months ago to make that dive, and I haven't regretted it since. It's been really fruitful, and there's just so much opportunity in the space, and I'm really having fun.
Awesome. Yeah, there has been I mean, just over the past 6 months, there's been so many changes to the NFT marketplace and just like everything that's going on, especially with like regulations and whatnot coming up and
Mm-hmm.
or happening. So I heard some news the other day. We'll circle back, but like I heard some news yesterday about Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is like very famous, and that they're going to everyone that owns one has to be KYC verified now, and like they have to reveal their identities. Did you hear anything about that?
I did actually. I'm pretty plugged in for a lot of the news, and
What do you think?
what do I think about the kind of the KYC portion of it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so generally I think I understand because it's growing at such a large and vast rate that it's obvious they're going to start showing up on radars and becoming a kind of a first look to when you look at these regulations and things like that. So it's not incredibly surprising, and actually the way they rolled out some of that news was very well written because it kind of articulated the fact that you didn't need to use the wallet that had your ape in it, and just some stipulations to maybe ease some concerns about that KYC and having to dox yourself. And some great points were made also about when the Bored Ape merchandise came out. Nobody had a bat an eyelash to throw in their address and all their credit card info to get that merchandise. But this is a really, I think, good reason
Great point.
for a KYC, because it's going to actually allow that brand to grow bigger and scale while fitting into those regulations. And to kind of coattail, and maybe I'll flip a question back at you guys, because that was, I think, a few days ago, and literally just yesterday, Yuga Labs has now acquired Larva Labs, which means Bored Apes now own CryptoPunks. So it's almost like they were building towards
Yeah.
that with the KYC. Do you guys think there was some kind of laying of groundwork there?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think it makes sense. I mean, CryptoPunks, I don't really like, besides, the status that you have behind owning one, was there much utility to it? Like, because honestly, I've never really looked into the utility of CryptoPunks.
There was, I think, some heavy
Roy, what do you
stipulations.
I
on,
guess
like,
my
the IP. Go ahead there, Roy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess hearing it going forward, do we see this as a positive thing for markets in general with the regulations? Do we think that going forward they're going to have like a stronger community? Do you think we're going to see this like shed some people off? Just getting an intake on what you think of like the future of NFTs going forward.
I think it could go a little bit of both ways. There may be a little shed off naturally because it's something that maybe doesn't fit in some people's scope of decentralized and the way DeFi and NFTs should be done. But at the same time, there's only a small portion of the world population that's involved in all these things. So to be able to carve out a larger chunk of adoption and a bigger, chunk of the population getting involved, I think brings a lot of capital and opportunity for everybody. So I think it's a dual-edged sword.
So potentially it could bring home these like bigger investments into the future as people begin to trust the system a little bit more.
I absolutely think so. Yeah. When they see a little bit of the reliability they're used to from Web 2, whether for right or wrong reasons and whether I agree or not aside, I think that will bring some larger capital into the space that is looking and sensing out for a little more security.
You have a really great outlook on cryptos and NFTs and everything, because being considering you're like actually in the NFT space, you're a creator, an artist. A lot of times there will be, if part of yourself, like you have an emotional attachment to something, a lot of times the perspective will be very subjective. But it seems like you have a very neutral, objective outlook and realistic outlook on the entire market, which is really cool to see.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And that might even stem from the fact that we've really aimed with our stuff in the NFT space to start legit. Like, we're, recognized by our Canadian government. We pay tax. We're a corporation or an LLC, whichever you consider So I think it's just right to future proof yourself for things like that coming into play, and that maybe adds to my a little bit neutral stance.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I guess, Dan, just to learn like a little bit more about you, like it's not every day that one person wants to become like an NFT creator. What really inspired you to get into like kind of like the space? How do you know it was right to like go that way, and how has like the experience been thus far? I've never created projects, so I just want to hear about it from your take.
For sure, it's been extremely hectic and a massive learning curve. There's just a lot to it and a lot of thoughtfulness that you might not have, really planned for as you went into it. Things come up, there's a lot of curves, and Web3 is a different beast than Web2. But overall, it's been incredibly fruitful. And the reason I knew to kind of give it my time and really understood the future of it, you can see this crypto punk behind me. That's actually Spotty Wi-Fi's album, and Spotty Wi-Fi is a crypto punk rapper who, kind of gave a lot of us NFT artists a little bit of proof of concept, because he was able to generate quite a bit of awareness and capital through some of his music NFT releases. And that, when I was still working my job, talking with Matt about potentially, launching our own collection, having a music NFT collection, that gave me a lot of hope and understanding of like, yo, this is possible. There's communities out there. There's people that want to support things like this and be involved in this. And that's kind of led us to where we are now. And overall, I think as a creator, it's been a great experience. Through even the trials and tribulations, we're organically growing. Things are going well. And we're in this for the next 5 years. We're in no rush. We're really planning to be embedded and a pillar in this space again for 5 years. We're not here for quick cash or anything. I want to be well known, just like Spotty Wi-Fi, in the music NFT space, going forward. So overall great experience. And if anyone's out there, yourself included, Roy and Lumpy Cat, join us as the creator ranks and launch a project, because there's a lot of cool stuff to be had out there.
Definitely. Yeah, man. And so I guess a question I have would be, what seems to be the hardest like part of setting up the collection itself? Is it the making the roadmap, or like figuring out, or like actually making the art itself? What from your perspective, or as an artist view, what would it be?
Great question. And like, there is a lot of layers to it, right? Talking about the art, there's a lot of layers to it, and talking about an entire collection, there's just a lot of things that go into it. And I think a lot of it's going to go into what you're trying to do, like what your why is and what you're really offering, and then building backwards and reverse engineering from there. So sometimes that just looks like getting other people involved that are experts in that field. So if you're not an artist, like I wasn't, I hit my boy up, Brandon, and was like, I'm looking to do this NFT thing. Can you do the art side of things? And that kind of it allowed me to free up some bandwidth in my own head to focus on the full creation and collection, but also the music side and the unique offering and what was going to set us apart, and all of those things. So I think there's no right answer to this. I think, again, the why and really what you want to offer uniquely is the main starting point, and then going backwards from there.
Yeah, definitely. And that's cool that you say that. I mean, that it's weird, because when I think of like Web3, or compared, when I think of blockchain and crypto and NFTs, I don't typically tend to put together like that one book, Find Your Why, or like books that pertain to success and just kind of growing as an individual and like as a brand and whatnot. But it really does all go together, and it's cool to see that you're able to make that connection, bringing that knowledge into the Web3 space, because it seems like there is a whole different kind of, language for people that are in the NFT space,
Absolutely. And I think sometimes it's just about bridging that language, connecting a little Web2 to a little Web3, and everybody can win. Once there's that comfort level, again, everybody can kind of win. Everybody's in a more value positive situation with NFTs and DeFi. If I win, my community wins. If my community wins, I win. So it's that reciprocal vibe that I really love about NFTs and DeFi and blockchain.
Yeah, definitely. Roy, did you have a?
I guess yeah. I had a question about like where you see this heading. Like you're talking about 5 years down the line. Like I guess for you, what do you think of like the project like super long term? You said you're just getting started after 5 years, so like down the line, where you see this going? It seems like you were onto something special there.
Absolutely. We've set up some lore and, the Fight Club vibe of our Space Monkeys. There's a lot of storyline. If you look through some of our posted info online, you'll see traces of it. And that's really to set up that groundworks for the next 5 years so we can get really playful, have fun with the characters. We can do new things. There could even be a series 2 down the line once we prove out this initial community and there's a larger desire. There could be a series 2, which is a larger volume and allows more people to come into our ecosystem. But for now, we're really focused on our 5-season roadmap layout, which is just basically one collection broken into 5 seasons to allow the attention for each song and each customer that it deserves, and also adding twice, actually 5 times as much value into the holders through 5 roadmaps. So season 1 through 5 all have their own separate roadmaps, and season 1, if you buy in now, you're going to receive the value from all 5. And say, for example, 100% sold out on season 1 is going to be our Space Monkey Music Fest. So me and my partner Matt are going to get together. We're going to plan out something amazing, whether it's on property we own or something we rent. But there's going to be a large IRL gathering with music, all of those things, but with a web, feature as well to bring people in from around the world. And those are the types of things, the experiences and the community building going on, past 5 years that I really want to lean into. And whether that's through this initial series or a new series or some other playful avenue, whether it's a comic or a show or some other thing to keep everybody involved and excited and having fun, it's really exciting to think about what comes beyond that 5-year mark.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I guess with that, one of the questions I was having is like you said, like the seasons. Do you have to do those in order? Or like how do those work?
In terms of the dropping of them, they do go in order. So seasons 1 through 5, it will just be a slow climb until basically season 5 sells out, the collection's sold out, and there will be no more created. 260 total Space Monkeys will only ever be available of this VIP custom song series 1. So yeah, they kind of walk up in order and will just slowly sell out through, again, that organic build and as our community builds and grows together.
So that really champions like the people that get in like now, and then like later on down the line, like more people get into it as well.
I'm glad you realized that and highlighted that, because it's something I like to, shine a light on, because we want to make sure the people that believed in this from its inception, just like I do, when it had really no legs and no proof of concept, those people should win the most as I win and we climb and grow. So we made that kind of intentionally for that reason. So season 1 holders, if you buy in now, you're a day 1, the most OG you can be, the first 52, and you're going to receive that value moving forward.
Perfect. I guess just like another thing is like where do we get one? Like is like that the best, and like what currency do we need?
For sure, great questions. We're on the Ethereum blockchain, so mainly we're transacting in Ethereum. I'm sure there was a way you could get a WETH offer through, but that'd be counterproductive. But the place you're going to find us is the easiest, most secure way I would recommend is projectlb52.com. And you'll see an icon for buy now and also an OpenSea icon, which will lead you to our official collection. There isn't any fakes I've seen yet, but I don't want that to ever be a thing. Security is number 1. So go to projectlb52, click buy now. You'll see the array of 52 monkeys you can choose from. If you decide on one that resonates with you, you think this one's mine, it's speaking to me, click that buy now, and we actually we charge 1 Ethereum for the whole package. So it seems to some like a high purchase price, but again, with those commercial rights, the full customization and all of those things, we're pretty confident in it, and we've had some holders so far that are pretty confident in it. So I'd recommend just going to lb52.com and checking things out.
Oh,
And how much was the mint price?
Yeah, so basically it's not a minted project. It's something we basically have ownership of. We're built on ERC 1155 contracts. So I've created the items on the back end and you're just purchasing them off of me. So it's a bit different than your usual roll up mint on a web3 website. And the reason for that, guys, is because I'm an artist. I'm not a tech genius. I was never a coder, and we really wanted
Right.
to get this to market, and it was more about the song and the art. So this just seemed like a really useful way to get that done, whilst also utilizing that contract. The smart contract, based off of OpenSea, allows unlockable content. So using that feature, we've baked in that intake form and all your files. So it's a really, again, well thought out structure, but a little different than what most people are used to seeing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool to hear. Because I feel like every NFT project that I've ever like got, I've minted or bought from secondary marketplaces, but I've never really thought about that. Like taking like a brand that's already kind of like it's established, but you're not necessarily doing it the way that everyone in the Web3 space has kind of been going about it. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Very
it's unique.
innovative. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
And also, I think like we could throw in like a link in this episode for like the project so that you guys
yeah.
can get like connected with it as well. We got you.
We definitely
Yeah.
will.
That'd be amazing.
And also, I just want to, yeah. And do you know, like, do you follow the crypto market as well?
Yes, I do to some degree. I'll be honest, I try and keep my nose out of that a little bit just because I am so invested in NFTs, but I'm definitely a big proprietor and big pusher of Ethereum for obviously the reasons I'm building upon it, and just the usual long hold of Bitcoin. But I do see a lot of potential in some side chains that are coming up, like Solana, Matic and Poly still has like I think a big chunk of meat left on the bone. There's some building to be done there. And I really don't ever cross anything off my radar, so I'm always aware and trying to keep a good tabs on things, but I'm not a large trader of cryptocurrencies.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably smart right now because the market's, it's not the ideal time to be trading cryptos. But investing, I would say I think it's a great time. I mean, it's something kind of cool I saw yesterday was that Whale's wallet holding 22.1 million dollars worth of Bitcoin was like activated, and it comes from like the Satoshi Nakamoto era, and so like there's a lot of speculation of who it could be, and then also like when this wallet was like initiated or whatever, and it first had the Bitcoin in it, it was worth $50. 11 years later, now it's worth 20 million. So it's just really cool. Like, what if it was, it could have been some random guy who was just like, oh, whoa, like, look at this. Or it could be like a strategic move. Who knows, But I like the mystique behind all of it. But yeah, man. And so like in terms of entire NFT market and then integrating Project Space Monkey and even going farther beyond that, the metaverse, like have you thought about doing anything in the sandbox or whatnot?
Great question. And we're always blue sky thinking over here. We have, meetings with the team and the crew about what can we do to keep adding value. A big thing in our, in those meetings is under promise and over deliver. So our roadmap doesn't allude to all the things that we're planning and, cooking up. And as we sell out, we accrue more capital and we can do more things with that capital. So, I'm looking forward to potentially building out in Sandbox to Decentraland, offering maybe a 3D version of the Space Monkey. But I really don't like to front run anything or, get people to FOMO too much. But it's, again, nothing's off our table.
Yeah.
And really looking forward to all the capabilities of, like you say, Metaverse and Web3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we got some land in the sandbox. So if, you ever want to,
Swing on
do
through.
something with the Space Monkeys on there, Fight Club, because I had this idea, I might as well just say it. So this idea of like having a big fight pit, right, in on the land, and then like it would be like kind of like gladiator style looking, but you would get like you would mint a a big ape, a big 3D voxel ape, and then if you own one, you can enter it into like the ring, and then people can come and bet on who they think's gonna win, and then the person who enters their ape would, if they win, they keep advancing, and then eventually, there would be a champion, and so they would win like a huge prize pool of something, and then on the land, like they would have like we could make like a golden like statue of their ape or something. I don't know, just something cool like that. And your thing having the Fight Club in it made me think of that.
That's a really, really cool idea. I love it because you could kind of have that fight tournament plus some like live music on the side, like you say, some kind of casino betting involved, and who knows, maybe winner takes the NFTs. It's like white or pink slips with cars where you're if you're entering, you're auctioning up, you're putting up your ape or space monkey in our case.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Winner takes all the NFTs.
Yeah.
Or it just gets like, if you lose, it just gets burnt. It's burned away. That'd be nuts. But yeah, so have you been thinking about any like collaborations with any other projects or anything?
That's definitely a great question. It's something we're really open to. We at Project LB52, we know our network is our net worth, so we're really trying to branch out and get together with other like-minded collections and individuals. And so far, there's nothing on the books, but we're really looking forward to it because we feel like we have a lot to offer with the music side, where a lot of projects are so visual based and they don't have that audio aspect. So we feel like we can do something very strategic with that and maybe bring their visual with some of our audio capabilities, and just do something, like you say, fun, collaborative, and strategic to spread the word of Space Monkey Fight Club and just keep having fun in this space.
Hell yeah, man. Have you seen Snoop Dogg, like Death Row? Have you seen their collection and how they've been releasing music on OpenSea?
I have. I've really liked that.
What are some of the key differences between your project and then that, considering they're both like music oriented?
Yeah, for sure. It seems like Snoop right now is just kind of utilizing the blockchain to almost do regular music releases, but integrating, some NFT visual and using NFT IP rights in the cover art and things like that. What really sets us apart is that the song's custom made for you. So imagine Snoop Dogg custom making a song for each individual. It'd be 10 times more connective and special to each one of those people. So that's the one major difference is, the word non-fungible really means you can't, mutually swap it with anything. And I think we've really, really done that here with our custom songs because they're truly one of one. So with his releases, there's copies, and with ours, there's only going to be one. So it's really set aside or set apart in that essence. But at the same time, I do some personal music releases on blockchain that's kind of aside from Space Monkey Fight Club, just as Dan the Lost Boy. And I've utilized some of the same techniques and strategies and playbooks that Snoop has. So I want him to keep doing what he's doing because, a lot of us can learn from it. And I don't think there's any wrong way. But yeah, I think we have enough to set us apart. So Snoop can keep doing Snoop. I'll keep doing me.
Yeah.
And we'll be putting links to all of your stuff.
Yeah.
Have you heard of 1331 Records by chance?
That is a very timely question because just 2 days ago I was in their Twitter space and we did a little not live performance, but I played my track and connected with everybody in the room. So I have heard of 1331 and
Let's go.
Great people in that space. It seemed like a couple of them were involved in 1331, Turbo being one of them. And I just kind of vibed with the room. So I definitely know the cats over there. And I'm looking forward to seeing again what other music-related NFT projects do.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
We had on Chantel Lane, who is one of the heads of 1331. She sang that song Impossible. Impossible. That one, I'm not good at singing, but if people know, they know. And she was saying that if you mint one of their NFTs, you get they only take 5% of the like the minting fee or something, or like royalty fee and whatnot. And but everything is like all completely owned by the artists, and it's kind of like it presents itself as a networking opportunity as well for a lot of them, and like a lot of artists that choose to participate in it. Could you see yourself ever collaborating with a project like that?
Absolutely, because again, I'm kind of my own artist, and that's what's so nice about having that integration with our collection, but then being able to kind of branch out. And shout outs to Chantel. She was in the room the other day when I was in there as well. And just I think there's a lot of room for all of us in this music NFT space to kind of bump shoulders and maybe get together and do some things. But I could see myself putting, a single record out on any platform to really give it a try and see how things are and see how the crew works and what the value benefits are. So I got a lot of music in the ranks. I got lists on my wall behind me of all the songs I haven't released personally. So there's a lot of room for me to release those as NFTs. And, shout outs 1331.
Oh,
Who knows? Maybe it may be through them.
Nice.
Yeah,
and
hell yeah,
right
dude.
on,
That'd be
man.
awesome.
I guess I've heard so much about it. Do you have anything like we can hear? Do you have like a studio? Like how's this all working out? And if you have anything for us today, like let us know. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, could you play a little? Obviously, only if you're comfortable, but yeah.
I mean, I never really do the live stuff too much, but I don't know. We'll see if I could maybe kick something. I won't be able to get the beats maybe because of
Hey, don't worry about it.
the latency or lag factor, but the ROIS podcast, maybe I can do something with that real quick.
Hey,
in
only
my
if
head.
you're comfortable with it.
Oh, I'm comfortable. This is what I do. So I'm
let's
just
do it.
I'm
Yeah.
just churning the butter in my brain
go.
right now.
Sweet. I can't wait. This is great.
All right. It'll be real quick. I said rejoice. Said I'm hanging with the boys. No, I'm on the motherfucking ROIS podcast, and it's not Comcast cable. Yeah, the connection stable. And we not in the stables. Horse running like Zed Run, no Ableton. Yeah, I'm rocking the mic. I'll leave it there. I'm gonna keep running. If I keep going, it'll be a freestyle Friday before we know it.
I like that, bro.
Yo. Let's go. That's sweet.
Dude, I love that,
do you
man.
just freestyle? Just like you just sit around and freestyle sometime?
Sometimes, I like to start songwriting with just putting it out into the ether and seeing how it bounces around and sounds. So sometimes that's what my songwriting process looks like, is right there, just playing around with ideas in a silly, fun way.
Oh, I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's I don't like I'm not a musician or singer or anything, but like I've made songs just for for fun, just because I got this like little like soundboard that lets me auto tune my voice. So I thought that'd be fun. And what I noticed I'll do sometimes, and I don't like, it's not like I'll put it out or anything, but like I'll just go on YouTube and I'll type like Drake type beat, and then like I'll just like have it so I can hear myself, with the auto tune, and then I'll turn down the volume a little bit on the instrumental, and then I'll just say things that sound like it sounds good, even if it doesn't make any sense. And then like just see how it, and then I'll record it and see how it sounds, and it's just like, I don't know, it's definitely a fun like creative outlet.
Absolutely. Music's so special for that reason. Even if like you say, you never put it out, it's just fun to do. It's a great hobby. And yeah, I suggest you keep doing that. That sounds like a something that could grow into something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a great singer or anything, but yeah, who knows? Maybe someone would be into it. Someone on the other side of the world that doesn't understand our language, and they're like, yeah, but it sounds okay. But yeah, man. So, can most people find your music on like Audius, or where's the place to go?
Yeah, so you can find me on Audius, / Dan the Lost Boy. I'm on Spotify, the usual, Dan the Lost Boy. You'll find my stuff. Newer songs are like Kilimanjaro and Mainstream, as well as, I have a project LB52. Spotify, which is just that Project LB52, where you can find some of the custom songs and the promo music we've done for the NFT space on streaming if you want to listen to it there. And I'm also on all socials and all that stuff with links in all the bios at Dan the Lost Boy and at Project LB52. So yeah, if you want to check me out, would appreciate it, and I'm everywhere.
Awesome. And then so just I guess one thing before you get going,
connected.
I want to just kind of show everyone your website, right? This looks very clean. Yeah, so do you want to just maybe, I don't know, tell us a little about like where the idea for having a space monkey as the NFT avatar, like what made you think of that?
For sure. So a lot of our project is based upon the storyline and the lore of Fight Club, the cult classic movie and book by Chuck P. And a lot of the character, traits and artwork and the lore came from that. So we kind of built upon that in, again, a fun, playful way. And, our color tones really match that pink bar of soap from the Fight Club logo, and we played on that with our own LB52, and just tried to have fun with the website and keep it engaging. And if you see in the bottom corner, there's that little flashing speaker. If you click that, that actually brings out a pane of all our beats. Mm-hmm. So you can actually, peruse through and see if any of these instrumentals and beats speak to you. So you can listen to them before you choose to purchase that custom song and Space Monkey avatar and really feel it out. We want people to be comfortable before they dive in and buy, and this is a great way to do it. And as you can see, some have lines through them, and those are ones that are spoken for.
Awesome.
That's sick. Oh, this sounds great.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different vibes and styles in there, so everybody can find something they like.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Space Monkey Fight Club.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, okay.
Buy now and secure this beat.
Dude, this is phenomenal.
Yeah. Wow.
Shout outs to Hit a
Really
Beats.
great work. Like,
yeah.
Seriously, this is really good.
That guy doing the most. I love this.
Heck
yeah,
yes.
dude. I mean, wow. I didn't even notice that feature when I first went onto the website. That's sick, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
I'm
kind of an
blown
immersive
away.
experience.
I'm definitely gonna be aping into this project.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. So, what gave you the idea? What gave you the idea of like? Because, dude, I've never seen any NFT project, any website that has something where you can so simple, like that little. You just click that little button, and then you can see like the beats you get to choose from. That's not how I thought the project was. Just like before right now. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to hear the beats before and whatnot, but that's awesome that you get to.
Yeah, so that kind of plays into that intake form. So it's kind of a process while you're sitting down filling out your form of what do I want this about? Maybe it's a theme song about my show, and you're playing around with those beats and those ideas in your head, and it's a full experience. We don't want it to just be like a single purchase of an NFT. It's really an experience you get to go through, and at the end of the quoted 2 to 3 weeks that song's promised in, you get to really feel like you were a part of making it, and it's your song. You get to go forward and do whatever you want with it. So the beat listening room on the website was a big part of making that immersive kind of
that's so dope
vibe happen. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm blown away, Dan. I'm blown away, Dan the Lost Boy.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce your last name.
It's a tough one.
I'm blown away, bro. I would definitely love to have you on here again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back for
Italian.
sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag. It probably won't show up in the actual recording, but that's if it does, people, that's why. It's because there's a little bit of a lag. Because we got Dan the Lost Boy up in the good old Great Leaf, Canada.
Let's go.
I guess before getting out of here, is there any kind of closing remarks you want to make, or anything we didn't cover on that you really want to talk about today?
No, I think you guys have done a great job of just, giving me the floor and some space to talk about my Space Monkey Fight Club and my kind of story coming up, and really appreciate the time. And like you guys were saying, I'd love to come back and, sit down again and chat about anything NFT, Web3, DeFi related. I'm into it.
Awesome, dude.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. I would love to have you back on, like, because you have a good energy about you, like, just very genuine person, you can
Yeah.
tell.
Thank you. Thanks.
Very good guy.
And so with that, people, Roy, do you have any more questions?
No, I guess like the only question is, it's just like, when can you come back? So we got you, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming through.
Absolutely. Thanks again for having me, guys. And yeah, let's email after this and get something on the books. I'd definitely love to come back. Thanks again.